right. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Sonshine State. My name is Sunshine Wiley, and I am your host. Today, we have a guest with us, somebody who's actually been with me for a little bit. We actually had a previous podcast together. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. But I'm really excited about this guest because this person, we've been able to connect in a way since I've got back to California that you don't find a whole lot of genuine people in California, sadly, because everybody is a Hollywood or they trying to be on their own thing. They're trying to get to whatever goal they got. And so they just don't really have the ability to be as authentic. And what we're trying to do here is build authentic friendship. So fast forward to the time that we met, it was just like something that was natural and that clicked like amazingly. So
Yes, it did.
I am super excited to present to y'all Robert Dogood Daniels. And he'll tell you about all of his all of his exploits. See, why we say little all the time?
That's all right.
Why we do that?
Hey, just little things.
What we gotta do
little
that?
ways. That's okay. I love
Exactly.
it. I love it.
But we're gonna flip the script a little bit today. We're gonna go off script today, and we're gonna just talk about what's been going on, some things with us, how we are internally, and then also talking about some of this stuff that's going on social media, all this craziness that's happening. But without further ado, I present to you my homie, the co-host, or excuse me, the host. I was co-host of Rise, Shine, and Do Good, Robert Dogood Daniels.
We were both co-hosts. No, thank you, Miss Sunshine. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you for inviting me to the Sunshine State. You are doing amazing things, and I love, of course, what we have created. But I love what you're doing it, and you just stay doing it. So I'm so proud of you. I can't speak enough on that. So of course I am Robert Dogood Daniels, and it's always good to just be around good people, right? I mean, if you just want to know a little about me, I am a father, I'm an author, I am an artist, I am a philanthropist, and that is my sole thing that I do good work. Been the executive director over at the Do Good Daniels Family Foundation, where we help just families and youth do good, be good, and spread good by providing housing, targeted care management, life skills educational programs, mentorship, anything that wraps our arms around youth and families so they can thrive.
Yeah.
We do have several educational programs that's in LAUSD and Long Beach Unified School District. We also have transitional housing where we help domestic violence women and their families just with transitional housing. And that's like two shelters. I'm truly blessed to be a part of that, not only to be the not only to be part of that, but to be the overseer and create the vision for it as well. So I'm so excited. And again, thank you for having me. Look, if you want to talk about other endeavors, we can talk about restaurants, we can talk about records, we can talk
Listen, I was about to say, because you only told 2% of what you actually do.
Okay.
And so much more, because you got your hand in about every other pocket. You got a little restaurant. You got a restaurant, so you that little word.
Yes.
You got a restaurant, wings and things, and things. What is it?
Strips and dips.
Dips. Lord have mercy. Strips and dips.
Yes.
So we had a restaurant, strips and dips. I actually had it. The fish strips were amazing. I'm so happy that y'all actually have healthy options, because some of us are trying to get snatched.
Yeah.
So it's helpful to go to something that you can get a quick, healthy option
Yeah.
on top of your fried stuff.
Yeah.
Also present in there.
Yeah.
So you got that. You got your family doing all kind of stuff together.
Yeah.
Y'all have been a part of the Ellen DeGeneres show, because see, people on my show don't know you like that.
Okay, they
So
know.
we got to give history.
Oh my God.
It's all kind of stuff that you've been a
I
part of.
hate to talk about it because it seems like sometimes people start trying to brag on themselves and look
No,
for the
but see-
accolades, and I'm just not that type of
But
person.
see, this validates what you can speak to.
Yeah.
Because people, when they hear your experience, now some people definitely can be a little bit on the edge and like be trying to pump themselves up. But the things that you can speak to can validate the words that you say.
Yeah.
Because when you speak on specific issues, you got experience behind you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
got
right about that.
life stuff. You got
Yeah.
businesses behind you that you can say, okay, so I've experienced this. So here's how we did it. Here's how
Yeah.
we were able to be successful in it. And let me say this out here. You got businesses that are actually successful,
Yes.
not
Thank you.
businesses that are, oh, okay, I got a little t-shirt business. You know, I make 3 t-shirts every now and then. No, you guys are actually thriving in these
Yes.
businesses.
Thank you.
Like
Thank
as a family, and
Yeah.
that's so dope.
you. Yeah.
So before we jump into the mess of it, all I do want to just do a check-in. How is the family?
The family is doing good. You know, my wife is just running operations.
Yeah.
The children are, let's see, RJ's off in Atlanta in school at work. Dylan is being a boxer and loving life, trying to do his firefighting on the side.
Oh.
So I'm excited about that. Then we have Tristan that's in the 12th grade, which I'm sorry, he's in the 11th grade, going to the 12th grade, but he wants to go to the military. So that's what he's been talking about. I'm still trying to, fill that out a little bit. But then we have Houston, the baby, and he's on fire and doing, explosive type things like just being, a kid, but being crazy in himself. So I love it.
I love it. Tell me why when I saw Houston yesterday, I called him Austin. I was like, it's somewhere in Texas.
He must have looked at you crazy. I know.
It's somewhere. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's been a minute.
Look, he got this thing going on. Okay, so I got to take my professional hat off and I'm ready to relax a little bit and come on down and be like how we are, So she gets the other side of me, but you do too now. So Houston comes up. We're making baked beans for our memorial celebration. And Houston comes, he says, Daddy, I want to make a commercial. And I said, okay, well, what you want the commercial to be? And he said, I want it to be like, I want to go viral about these beans because they so good. So he starts saying, I'm a big boy and I need these beans. I'm a big boy and I need these beans. I'm a big boy and I need these beans. I'm a big boy.
Now, Houston, you're a big boy and you need these beans.
Yes. It tickled me because my son's coming with content. And I thought all the way, just like the Dr. Pepper girl went viral, why can't he?
He can go viral. But see, yeah, he can go viral.
Yeah.
But be quiet.
Okay, all right. Stay off the big boy with needing these beans, okay? Because you know them beans was good because you had a taste. Okay.
Beans was
so you know what he was doing when he was singing about them beans. Okay, but we're going to get off of me and the family. What's been up with you?
Listen. So this podcast has been podcasting.
Yes, I know that.
I've been doing a lot of different things myself. I've been doing some traveling for work. I've been doing some personal traveling. I've been doing some self-discovery and things like that. Of course, if I'm not going to do nothing else with the Sonshine State, I'm going to always try to figure out ways to build back myself better.
Yeah.
And it's not like something where you can like go on and off and like start the process and then stop the process. It's more so like a continual thing.
Okay.
And it's like, I'm looking to, clean my timeline and clean out the things that I'm looking at and seeing. But it's like every time I turn on social media, I'm seeing the craziness pop up. Because I promise you, it's been a while since we've talked, but it's been so many things that have been popping up. It's the Diddy stuff, the Trump stuff, the Cheyen Bryant stuff, the Drake stuff. It's endless.
So we're going to jump around today.
We're going to jump around a little bit today because I'm just like, you know what? I need somebody who actually gets me to be able to talk about
Okay, you know what I love about my friend? When I see you, it's always like we're at an amusement park. And we get to ride all these different rides. So y'all hold on. We going on the roller coaster ride. And you just got to hold on.
You just got to hold on. Look, okay. That is what's important, though. Like being able to, for me, I was talking to Kenobi about it the other day. I was just like, he's like, you always be trying to find the healthy way and blah, 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 the nice way. He's like, why don't you get to the ratchetness of it? I'm like, I can not be a part. I can talk about the ratchetness and I can even engage in a little bit of it. But you already know I'm going to still steer everything back to emotional health, healing, and wellness because that's literally what I'm trying to wrap my life around.
Okay.
Like, it's all kind of craziness on social media, but that's not what I'm trying to live my life
You're
as.
right.
Like, I got some personal stuff going on, some friend crap that's going on right now. And, like, it's testing me.
Yeah.
It's testing the hell out of my, my desires to do things the right way. But I'm like, all right, you say you want to do this.
So we're going to talk about it and be about it today.
We're about to talk about it and be about it.
Okay, well, before we get started, you just mentioned the name here, Kenobi. I just want to, at this time, I want to give the brother a shout out just because that is that's our boy, and he's been doing so much. So I'm so proud of him.
Yes.
Right?
Shout out to Purple Rain Studios, which is where we film the
Yeah.
Sonshine State, Rise,
Yeah.
Shine, and Do Good, all the podcasts that I'm
Yes.
associated with.
Yes.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kenobi, because he's a person who be doing the production side.
King Kenobi, y'all gotta go see
that stuff. Yeah.
You gotta get involved.
Stuff. He just did a track with Johnny Gill.
Yeah. Yeah. He
So
just
it's-
won't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's on
Yeah.
fire.
He don't stop. He don't
Yeah,
stop.
you want to talk about writer? You want to talk about producer? You want to talk about engineer? You want to talk about
Singer?
what singer?
That's
Rapper?
number one. Oh, don't tell nobody here rapper. He gonna be mad at
Okay. My bad. My bad.
Me
Stop.
mad.
I don't want to get mad
I
at me.
can rap a little bit, but that's not really my lane.
Yeah, but he does it so well, man. All the things that he do. So even helping us with, like putting things together creatively, like podcasts and things like that. You see, this is come on now. Give it up to our guy.
Exactly.
But
Out.
okay, shout out to
for sure.
King Kenobi.
Yes.
All right, so
now
get us back on track.
right. Now you came over, took over my spot.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Joking, no.
Shut
Do your
up.
thing. But see, this is how you know.
Yeah.
This is how you know. Okay, he used to be in the host. All right, we got to do our little things. Yeah, get me on track. Yeah. Do your thing.
Give me my cues.
Exactly. Tell me what to do. Well, you know what? I'm kind of like Jill Scott. If you don't tell me what to do, you need to be able to tell me what to do. Because I'm not going to just take instruction from anyone.
Okay, all right.
It's not.
Okay, well, let me tell you what to do. Get back on track.
Oh, listen.
I'm just kidding.
Anyway.
Okay.
So first up, Diddy.
Yeah.
Before I say anything about this man,
okay,
you know what's been happening.
Yeah, of course.
At this point, it's far gone.
Okay.
A lot has happened.
Okay.
We've already got his sentencing. We've already seen the tape.
Yeah.
Trial has already happened, blah, blah, blah. What do you think?
First things first, I'm very sensitive about Diddy because
No, tell me.
okay, fine. I went to a Diddy party in 2004.
You what? Was you in there butt naked with oil on you? What you was doing?
No, it wasn't that type of party. However,
How
I
did
could
oil
say
feel? Was it laced with stuff?
I
Was it tingling?
I could say that I did drink a drink, and with that drink, I ended up leaving the party, and I got into the worst accident that I ever had.
You went by yourself?
Yeah, I did.
Glory be to God.
Yeah, so it was a Diddy party. Everybody wanted. Listen, if somebody is lying to you and tell you that they did not want to go to a Diddy party, they're lying. He was the hottest person in the industry, the biggest name in the industry that had the biggest parties in the industry. If somebody said they didn't want to go to the parties, they're lying.
You're right. You're right. They might be lying a little bit.
They're
Now,
lying.
in hindsight, yes, they can say that. But at the time,
They do that.
but
though.
at the time,
Yeah, at the time.
I definitely would have wanted to go. Like,
At the
especially
time.
the all white
Yeah.
one where you had all the celebrities. and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah.
It'd be so dope to go.
Yeah.
But now that you're boy, aren't you glad you got out of there?
I'm happy that I got out like I did, and I done got cut up and bandaged up and couldn't walk for about 6 months. Oh, it was a lot.
wait.
Yeah, I had a
Accident? You was
Oh
hospitalized.
yeah, I fell asleep at the wheel.
Wait a minute.
So I've never done that before, and it only when I hear it now, it sounds like I was drugged.
you were drugged.
But I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. I want to keep it good. I want to keep the highlights on. I think that Diddy did do, when you get rich and famous, you do a lot of things. The money takes you to another place, I can't say that was cool for him to do, but he had a whole team that was helping him on what his fantasy was. You know what I mean?
You don't have to think he did it. We know he did.
Yeah, he admits that he did it. I had a problem. I was a sex capitalist. I love to have sex in different type of ways. Now that's his thing. That's what he loves. That's what he wants. If he wants that on that level, he has enough money to have it on that level. I mean, y'all didn't say nothing when. Let me not say nothing.
I was about to say, because you about to walk yourself into a bad.
Okay. I'm trying not to say it. I'm trying not to go there. But when you get at that height and you have that type of money, you can have those type of things go on, and everybody is contributing. They're all yes people around you because they want to get paid.
Just like
so.
Sully.
Yeah. Just like R. Kelly.
Absolutely.
Right.
Like R. Kelly was a troll and they knew he was a troll.
Right.
But
Exactly.
he was paying them to do whatever.
Yeah.
And people always tell me, so get the parents, get the parents, get
Of
the
course.
parents.
Of
Okay,
course.
cool, yeah.
Yeah.
So get the parents, get the staff, get the
Yeah.
this, that, and the other, because everybody knew what was going on. We're not
Yeah.
gonna be stupid. We're not gonna play games right now.
Don't do that.
Like, let's be
Because
so for real.
yeah, it's almost like you have your eyes wide shut, like you know what's going on, but you're acting like you don't know what's going on.
Right.
That's the problem that I have. When
Yeah.
people know what's going on, they know good and dog well what's going
Say
on.
good and damn well.
Okay, good and damn well what's going on, but they act like they don't and close their eyes to it.
Right.
Like, and then when it comes out, it's like, oh my God, yeah, but you remember that he started the Freaknik. You remember that he started those parties that people would. You remember when he was doing this and that, or when it came out on his name and thing. You remember all those things, but now that it's came to the light like it is, you want to act like you so surprised.
Don't be surprised by a person being exactly who they told you they were.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
Sometimes people tell you who they are, and we be trying to be like, oh, well, maybe no, sweetheart.
Thank
They are exactly who they have presented themselves to be.
Yeah. The only advice that I really want to give you is hold on, be strong, because your name can be called next. And when I say that, that means like you don't know
Right.
how you're gonna be blessed in
Right.
this life. You don't
Right.
know what that money's going to cause you to do,
Right.
how it's going to cause you to act,
Exactly.
and what people are going to be saying about you, whether it's true or false. So just get ready, baby.
Exactly. Which brings me to the whole Cheyen Bryant situation.
Yeah.
Because like for a long time, she was coasting along, doing her thing, making her content. But you know, some people like her, some people don't. Fine. That's what happens with every social media personality that comes along. Out of nowhere, I don't even know how it came across. But somebody, I think it was Corey Holcomb at
Yeah.
first,
Yeah.
who was saying that she's not even a doctor. And then later on, somebody else started saying it. And then it
Yeah.
kind of became a trend, trying to prove whether or not she had a doctorate and things like that. It's so many different stories going around. I don't really care enough to dig into this lady background like that. Because if I'm being honest, I've always been a person that chew the meat and spit out the bones.
So let me tell you this. And this is the thing that I hate about us. And I'm just gonna speak on it. I might need one of these cups. Uh with us, we get so captivated about like bringing somebody down, bringing one of us down, you know. I mean, when we're in the lights, it's almost like you have people that are preying on you and you don't know
Right.
it. And they're like, oh, I just wish that brought fall.
Right.
I just wish they'd come on down because they don't need to be where they are. They might
Right.
stink. They might do this. They might do that. But what you're not saying is you're a hater.
Exactly.
And you got to stop preying on people's downfall and get yours, because I mean, you know, that's the only thing we can do. So
Right.
I'll tell anybody like Cheyen Bryant, what you baited me into this, because Cheyen Bryant, I am not supposed to speak about this because Cheyen Bryant is a very close figurine. She is my cousin's cousin.
Figurine.
my cousin, my cousin's cousin. So she's very close to me. You know, we could probably call Cheyen Bryant on the phone right now, but this is what I would say, and I'm going to be non-biased on it.
Good.
I'm going to be non-biased on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cheyen comes from a good heart. She comes from having her own experiences. She comes from being someone with integrity. I really can't see her lying about a degree. Now, I'm not saying people don't lie about degrees, because you remember on Western and Central with Dr. Tarantine. Let me not
Don't
say
say the name now.
I'm sorry about that. Can we we gotta take that.
Don't
Okay,
bleep
I'm
that
sorry.
out.
We gotta bleep
Don't
that out.
say the
Okay, I'm sorry. Anyhow, we gotta take that out. But you remember that school that was on Western in Century. And they could pay for a whole degree. I remember principals that went in there and paid for degrees and said that they were running schools.
Right, because somebody else, you know, made you aware of this. This was not your personal information, right?
Of course not.
Okay, let's make sure we're clear about that.
Of course not. But we all come from somewhere. Now, just because that was 15, 20 years ago, I don't know who I was back then. I know who I am now. But with me knowing about that school, no, it wasn't me. It wasn't me at all. I would just send people. I mean, I would I knew people that would go there. Okay, listen. Okay,
You need to
listen.
stop to your
Okay, we gotta stop. We gotta stop it, but we're gonna be honest too. You know, black people for a long time felt like they had to do what they had to do. So
That money.
right, to get that money. So it was some of those jobs that we wouldn't be accepted on
Listen.
and things like that. And we had to go do what we had to do.
Look,
Now I ain't always been Robert Do Good Daniels.
look, okay, don't.
Okay. All right, fine. We don't want to talk about that. It's in the
Let's
book.
reel it back.
Okay, let's reel it back in before I get in trouble. Quick.
You might already be in trouble.
Okay. You're going to edit some of this
I
stuff,
got you.
right?
I got
Okay.
you. I'm
Okay,
definitely
good.
gonna bleep the name because I don't want nobody being like, "Oh, we finna sue him."
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
No, y'all not
Bleep
finna
that
sue
name.
nothing.
But yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I
But
do.
Getting back to her just said
I
that
do.
it's just a lot of controversy around this
Yeah.
woman to bring this black
Yeah.
woman down.
Yeah.
And it's like she's had all
Yeah.
kinds of success. And it's like, why
And
do
it's
we
now
wanna watch
toxic.
that?
Now it's toxic. Now it's gotten to the point where you have mental health professionals who are jumping in, but they're spewing vitriol, they're spewing hate. They're not actually trying to be productive in this conversation. There is one therapist that I'll talk about in a second that he's actually being productive and kind of just giving you the real about it, but it's not from a place of personal hate, personal issues and stuff like this. It's this one lady though.
Uh-huh.
She out here, she is ringing the alarm like the alarm ain't never gonna ring again.
What was her name?
I'm not calling her name. I don't even know her name
Because
because
I want to talk about her on here.
the funny
Because when
thing,
you start ringing the name on somebody like that, baby, it's 10 fingers pointing back at you.
the funny thing is I tried to listen to that lady before, outside of this whole Cheyen Bryant thing, and I just didn't like her spirit. I didn't
Okay.
like the way she was talking about certain things. It's always so negative.
Yeah.
It's never like uplifting. It's
Yeah.
it's never like, okay, let's get to a place of, because actually from a perspective of a person who goes to therapy,
Yeah.
if I'm going to therapy, I'm going there to try seek emotional health,
Yeah.
healing, and wellness.
Right.
To seek the tools to get better,
Yeah.
to seek the tools to help me in be able to go forward and move forward in whatever issue that I'm dealing with.
Uh-huh.
But if my therapist is operating from a low level place of
Right.
messiness, what the fuck am I doing? I am definitely not going to her. Like at all. If all you operating in right now is vitriol and mess, I don't care if you got a license or not. I will not be participating in your brand of therapy. Now, fast forward. Let's jump over to Cheyen. My thoughts on her, because I definitely think you need to produce some type of records right now.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's right for you to be sitting up here saying you're a doctor and you're not. Now, I'm not even going to pretend like that's a fake thing or whatever.
I don't think that it's that she's doing. I just feel like maybe where they're saying that her credentials come from
Right.
might not be accredited.
Right.
Or is it that they're saying that she's just not a doctor? Because we know that she is a doctor. I went to the girls' graduation. What you mean?
See, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, people.
I
We
went to
got
the
somebody who was at the damn graduation.
So what you mean?
So what you mean?
That's not true at all.
So here's the thing. She's sitting up here not trying to validate from these other people, and I get it. You know, not trying to really talk about what's going on when it, like, really trying to respond to the haters, not trying to do that. I get that. But at some point, you got to be able to say, look, it happened.
Okay.
Here's the receipts.
Uh-huh.
Some shady stuff went down
Yeah.
with the organization.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So I really can't produce whatever I need to produce, but I definitely took that course,work. I sat for the test,
Okay.
and I definitely graduated.
Let me tell you about that.
Okay.
Because Cheyen, I know her very well. She is a fighter, but she's not a fighter like that. She will not fight you with these hands. She'll fight you with these words.
Yeah.
That means that if you want to get on a live chat with her, or if you want to call her on her phone, if you want to see how you can be on a podcast with her, she'll eat you up with those words.
Jeez.
So she's not going to be like looking for you
Right.
or trying to, because she also feels like she's a lady about things too.
Right.
So she don't act in a ghetto type way. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
Now, if you want to, some of y'all want to say what you want to say, but you want to come with hands and you want to come with all this vulgarness, she's not going to do that. She's going to fight you
Right.
from a very conservative way.
Right.
It's almost like Obama will fight you with
Right.
those words.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, it's gotten to a point where now sometimes I even ask myself, like, what some of y'all, what are y'all even doing this for? Like, what's the real goal of you asking all of these questions? You
To
could be
tear,
and nobody
a black woman down.
You don't be asking nobody else if they got a degree. You probably don't even go to therapy.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. Now there was a statement that was said, and it's not that I agree with the statement, but I wanted to know. I did have some curiosity about the statement because it was said that I guess they knew that she has never been married, and with her never being married before, and her being able to get on. What was this show?
The
Marriage
Breakfast
Club.
Club.
Yeah, the Breakfast
Oh,
Club.
wait. That's not
I'm
the
sorry.
guy. You talking about Dear Future Wifey?
Yes.
Okay, got you.
So she was able to get on his show and tell him all about marriage when she hasn't been married.
Right.
And it was like, well, she's coming from a place that she does not know. And, I did a little bit because, I come from a traditional, like, a pastor that felt like, well, how you going to let people give you advice if they're not married? I did come from a traditional background like that, And I was thinking when I heard that, I was like, well, man, maybe that may be a point. I didn't say a good point. I said a point. That might be a point to make. What are your thoughts on that?
So I'm gonna tell you like this.
Ooh, from a clinical perspective.
And again, I'm gonna say it like this, so y'all don't be out here trying to, where your degree at? I don't have one. I got a bachelor's degree in biological sciences with a minor in chemistry. That's what my degree is. I can produce that. Okay? I'm not going to because y'all hoes not finna. No, I'm just joking. Y'all people not finna intimidate me. Anyway, but from a person who works with a therapist and who actually is seeking emotional health, healing, and wellness. Okay. From what I've learned and from my experience in receiving therapy services from a good therapist, this cup, my God. Anyway, but from a person who can talk from those perspectives, when I have spoken with my therapist, I've talked to her, number one, about the reason why I needed to have an African-American female as a therapist. Okay. Because I needed somebody who can be able to identify with what I've gone through and this, that, and the other. One of the things that she pointed out to me is that while, yes, it's important to have, a person who can identify with what you're going through, what you can't always do is be so married to the fact that the person has to have lived your experience. Because not every therapist has suffered from being from PTSD. Not every therapist has suffered from schizophrenia. Not every therapist has suffered from addiction or from whatever it is that they're bipolar disorder or whatever it is that they're helping you with. Also, not every therapist has suffered through or has been through a marriage. But what they have is they've done the coursework. They've gone through the rigor of being able to understand the ins and outs and being able to understand how to process through certain things like that. So they can still speak on it with expertise, even though that's not their life experience.
Come on, speak on it.
So I am of the frame of mind that I don't necessarily think that all marriage therapists have to be married because your doctor who is performing brain surgery on you, your doctor who is performing foot surgery on you, they went to medical school to learn how to solve that problem, to fix that problem. They didn't necessarily go out there and say, hey, let somebody knock me in the head so I can have a brain aneurysm so I can know how it feels. No. They did the coursework necessary in order to get that credential and understand how it goes.
You're right about that. And that gives us a different perspective on just because someone does not or have not been married, that does not mean that they cannot be a therapist.
Now you can choose that if that's what you want. You are well within your rights to do that. But that's not the only way that you can be qualified to speak to helping someone through that.
I like that. And you're so right about that. And there we go. So again, everything that somebody's trying to knock her in the head with, we're finding that you be careful before you get knocked in the head for trying to knock somebody in the head.
Right. Now, see, again, I don't have personal experience with her. And if you want to connect me with her so I can have a conversation with her, I'd love to be able to have that conversation because I think there is so much negativity that's surrounding this whole situation. It's just like, what are we doing at that point? Like, is our goal to actually make sure that we're protecting the integrity of this thing? Or are we just trying to be like, nah, F that B?
Yeah. No, you're right about that. And I love the fact that you can find the sweet spot of this moment,
Right.
because negativity thrives, or people thrive with negativity.
Absolutely.
And it's almost like people stop it, go create a life, get something going for you,
Right.
so you don't have to hate so bad. But it's always so many people trying to tear you down. Listen,
It's a
they're trying
hobby
to
for
tear
some of
you
these
down.
people.
Yeah, I swear.
It's a hobby.
I ain't never seen so many people that like to laugh at somebody's downfall. It's just sickening to me.
It
It's
is.
sickening. Why does it have to come from
But
us?
that's because you and I live on a different headspace than some people. We are
Yeah.
actually in pursuit of trying to be progressive in our own lives, to move forward and to be able to go higher in the things that we need to do.
Of course.
Yes, we still experience life issues and things like that. Ain't nothing about either one of us perfect. Nothing.
Right.
But what we can both say is that we can acknowledge, okay, this thing right here might not necessarily be the right way to go about it. There is nothing wrong with correcting this lady. Nothing at all. It's nothing wrong even with calling this lady out and trying to ask her to be accountable or answer for certain things. Even if, especially if she was actually practicing therapy with people.
Uh-huh. But I wouldn't want to try to get to the bottom of it like in a subtle way, like, hey, can you come and explain your case?
Right.
Come talk your case. And I'm not talking about how Oprah did Michael Jackson. I'm talking about in a way where we really, okay. I'm talking about in a way that we really bring it to the table.
Right.
Like, I really want to talk to you about this.
Right.
Help me understand.
And the nasty part about it is people are just doing stuff to be doing stuff now.
Yeah.
I watched one of her lives today. So I'm like, let me just see what people are saying.
Okay.
And literally through the comments, it was some people who were like excited about the words that she was saying, because legit, some of the words she was saying made sense. Because that's just what it is. The girl got some good stuff to say, right?
Okay.
But then there were some people in there. Now, I'm not saying everything is good to say. I will say that there are some things that resonate with me because they make sense.
Yeah.
But then there's some things I'm like, okay, I can't get jiggy with that. But I'm cool with being able to be like, boom, to the things that don't resonate with me. That's called being mature.
Yeah.
You don't have to listen to everything and be like, yeah, everything is just perfect about the self. I do the same thing when I go to church. I'd be like,
I was just about to break it down. Look,
I don't know
I was
about
just about to
that.
say, have you ever been to a church that you got to, you're in that congregation and something's been said that you don't agree with it? How do
Right.
you act? Do you start acting like the devil in the congregation?
No.
And that ain't right.
No.
You take
Yep.
in what you need. First things first, if you ever go to church and you hear anything that you don't like, you're supposed to be praying against that anyway. You're supposed to be
Exactly.
praying that God would use the man of God or whoever's up to be
Right.
of good flowing spirit into your spirit and things like that. We don't do that. We're quick to judge. We're quick to say what we don't like
Right.
and how we don't like
'Cause
it,
that's
and this stuff
part
is
of it
up.
all.
You know,
That's the sport of it all. People have made a sport out of being able to see, oh, I bet you we can knock her down. I bet you we can get her canceled. Like, bro, go get a job. What are we doing right now?
it ain't right. It ain't right.
Like, what are we doing?
We got to change the crab in the bucket mentality.
I'm telling you,
We gotta
it sucks.
Listen, you heard it from me. You
Yeah.
got to change it.
Yeah,
We got to change it.
we gotta change.
One person at a time now. I understand, just like we're
Right.
in spaces where we're trying to change a generation, that a
Right.
fallen generation,
Right.
it's going to happen one child at a time. It's
Right.
going to happen one
Right.
adult at a time. It's going, that's what it's going to be. So
Yep.
hopefully somebody is getting a good word
Right.
off of this right here
Yeah.
at this Sunshine State.
Uh-huh.
At
And you
that
know what?
Sunshine State.
I'm actually trying to change my heart about Drake, because I realize. See, you got quiet as head. I'm trying to be on the right side of it.
We've been on the whole journey, and you're going to bring Drake up. No, you're not right.
I'm
She's
trying to
I'm
change
gonna
my
tell-
heart about
No, this is for me. She's trying to tell you how quick people talk about somebody's downfall. She turned the rails real fast. Now we're going to talk about Drake, and I got to try to find the good in it, y'all, because I ain't going to
I'm
back in that
trying.
show after I just said we got the crab in the bucket mentality. Go ahead.
I'm trying to change
Go
my
ahead.
heart for this man. I really am.
Change your heart.
But I promise you,
Please.
every time I listen to the music, every
Yeah.
time I see the visuals,
Yeah.
or I hear about the different actions, I'm just like,
Yeah.
bruh, give me something to work with.
Okay. All right.
Because
Listen.
like of course I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan. I'm from
Yeah.
California.
Okay. Good. Good.
I mean, but
good.
then I'm also an intellectual.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that he does lyric wise is smart.
Okay.
So it resonates with me because smart lyrics. It makes sense. It's
Okay.
painting a picture. It's using different literary type
I
things
love it.
to be able to paint the picture and draw in the listener. But then
got
on
it.
top of that, the music is fire.
Okay.
And then the delivery is good. And then
Yeah.
the show is good. And then the brain behind like the visuals is good. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So all of that resonates with me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to be able to be like, you know what, Drake is just a different kind of rapper. Because I wouldn't expect Kendrick Lamar out of Common, but I also enjoy Common.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So just being like, okay, they're different kind of rappers or whatever. But somehow when this beef came across, it's like you gotta choose sides. And I'm like, why?
Okay.
Why do I have to choose sides? Now, but then when Drake started doing the stuff against like some California institutions, which I won't name, I'm just like, wait a minute. What?
Okay.
Like, how you gonna try to disrespect people that are probably your main supporters?
Okay. All right. I get it.
So then it becomes a little messy. And then this new album where he drops out just a slew of Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, bro, what are you trying to do? I thought you were trying to come back. Is this your comeback? Is this your king? What are we doing right now?
Okay.
This is trash. I was listening to the lyrics on one of them and I was like, he wrote this when he was sleepy.
Okay.
This was okay. Anyway, I'm gonna let you do it.
Which song did she listen to?
I don't even remember the name of it. Well, one of them was classic. That one, it tried to do the whole switch song thing, where it goes from him to another person or another vibe of the song.
Oh yeah.
But it literally just sounds like, okay, boom, dead stop, and then go to a different song. It's just like there's no creativity in how you link these two together. So it's just like,
okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to comment on. No, I won't be part of his downfall.
I don't want to be either.
But I will give him some good advice.
Okay.
And the advice that I'm going to give Drake is just stop, man. Stop. Because you've gone. Now we thought Kendrick went too far because he wouldn't let you rest, right? He wouldn't let it go. Kendrick said, put it on every platform, put it out there. I'm going to do what I got to do. But listen, now that it's done, we're starting to get over it.
Right.
Now what you're doing is you have reunited the situation, right? You put fuel to it and lit the fire.
And it
like,
makes sense.
Let's start back on me. That's what you're going to do. So Drake, if you're listening to this, so you can get your ace out of hot water, you got to stop it, man. You got to stop it. Let it go. You lost, and it's all good.
Right.
Continue with your career. Do you? See, that's what happens.
Right.
Is when something like that devastating happens to us, we want to go and we can't stop because of our pride and because now I'm going to make an attack. No, you lost. You got the whole world saying they don't want to buy your album. Now the only thing you can do is continue to be you. Now, he's going to lay off of you, but now you just make music. Get back into your ladies. Get back into just trying to
sing rap.
Yeah, get back into that thing, the groove of things. You got to give it up, man. I'm telling you, just for the best of your career, give it up.
I promise you, he be acting like one of them little white boys that's throwing a tempest. Oh, let me not say little white boys. One of them little kids who'd be throwing.
He's from Canada.
And
he's from Canada.
And anyway, but he's like one of those little kids who'd be throwing a temper tantrum and don't want to like let go because they don't want to share their toy. Blah 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 blah.
He's from Canada.
I get. What are you trying to mean by that? What do you mean by that?
That's the reaction that you get from Canada.
Oh, God. Because I don't want to come off as reverse racist. My thing is that certain people have a trend of behaving a certain way. It's always a let me get the manager type situation. Right. And you're acting like a Karen right now.
He's acting like...
You're acting like a Karen right now.
Yeah. I'm going she said a Karen. I'm going to say a John. Because because you're not a woman.
No.
But we have to make sure that you understand
Right.
that you are acting out of anger, of emotion, and you need to rekindle those feelings, suck them all back in, and get them together.
Yeah, you're throwing a pity party right now.
Right? There's some people act. Listen, I have a program that's out in schools. It's called a real one,
Mm-hmm.
right? The real one is all about anger management, is toxic masculinity and
Mhm.
getting your emotions under control.
Gotcha.
And with a lot of men, they don't understand that they are toxic masculinity, how to take accountability, how to
Right.
get our emotions under control, how to do like this is like anger management at its finest.
Right.
You know what I mean? We have to manage those emotions. If we don't, we're
Absolutely.
going to go off the deep end because we're so upset about something. I had a
Absolutely.
cousin that
Yeah.
ran himself over, a woman ran himself into a wall, and now is in a wheelchair and paralyzed for the rest of his
Oh
life.
my God.
So when you think about things like that, and people that act out of those instances, those emotions, let's get them under control, man.
Yeah, man.
So Drake, this is what your album is telling me. You got to get your emotions under control.
Yeah. And honestly, the album just speaks to I've been stewing over some things right now. Might not all be related to Kendrick Lamar, but you've been stewing over some things, and this album was a way for you to vent. Now, I get it. Sometimes people need to be able to vent. I get it, but maybe not through your music because you already have a stigma over you. So take that advice. And if y'all want to be able to pass this along to Drake, feel free to do so. I would welcome him being like, "No, forget her. Yeah, get me to talk to me."
But I'm
But
serious. Getting to this, and you have to.
right.
And in fact, I thought that it was almost to the point to where you guys were ready to come to the table about it.
And I think they should. I think they should have a
think so?
conversation. Now
Think so?
that would be the conversation
Yeah.
of the century.
Oh yeah.
And you know who
Oh,
I would
yeah.
want to mediate that conversation? Kier Gaines. So he's
Oh.
like a therapist, African American dude is a therapist, and he was on the Breakfast Club as well.
Okay.
He might be the only therapist who actually was talking from a place of like progression,
Okay.
information sharing, and
Yeah.
being able to just kind of provide clarity.
Yes.
Because like even when he talked about Cheyen Bryant, there was no, oh nah, she's stupid, this, that,
Okay.
that. No, it was just like, here's why it's important to have this credential.
Okay.
Here's what we go through. Here's what, is behind all of that.
Yeah.
And so because he has a sober mindset, which
Yeah.
a therapist should have,
Uh-huh.
he has an objective lens
Okay.
and can view the thing without being emotionally attached to it.
Yeah.
He also is a valid person. But then also he be spitting really, really good information.
Okay.
Like he drops those gems and it's in a way that everybody can understand it. Some of it feels like common sense, but some of it you just haven't thought of before.
What's his name again?
Kier, Kier Gaines, Gaines.
Okay, Kier Gangs.
Yeah,
I'm
dude
gonna
is.
look him up. I'm
yeah.
doing my homework on him
Dude is a truth.
because I haven't really followed him or heard about him much.
Yeah.
But I do want to do that because it sounds like when you can come from a place of a different lens,
Right.
and you could really be real not biased. You know
And it's
what
like
I mean?
his goal is to move us forward.
Okay.
Whether it's correction along the way, is to move us forward.
Okay.
Not to get us stuck with, now we're going to push her on the wayside, or we're going to push
Yeah.
this one on the wayside, or we're
Right.
going to tell Drake he being a child.
Yeah.
Nah, it's like literally, how do we come together to move forward?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do we actually bridge the gap?
And you know what? I think that a lot of times in my own trauma and anybody else's trauma, sometimes, believe it or not, it's all about going back to the beginning.
Right.
I was able to go back to the beginning with you
Yeah.
about my story, and
Right.
you end up writing a whole song to it.
Yes. Yes, I did.
So it's just important to go back because that song is healing for me.
Right.
So
Ooh.
I just want to speak on that. When
Yeah.
you go back to that beginning and you find those gems that take you back on why this thing even started.
Mm.
Why do I think the way? Why do I feel
Right.
the way? Why have I been so drained emotionally, physically, and mentally? You know what I mean? The, That's a conversation,
That's
right?
a whole different
Now
conversation.
you have that conversation with me on the couch, right?
Let's have a whole different that's a whole different
I
conversation
know.
because I promise you,
Yeah.
from where we started off to where we are now, there's a
Yeah.
lot that's transpired. But even
Yeah.
still, that conversation of checking back
Yeah. Big
is
time.
necessary
Yes.
because it's like, okay, anyway, we getting off track
Okay.
because I do want to.
You look,
I
you took
wanna-
us to the therapy piece, you
Right.
know?
But
Can't help it.
It's help, but see, that's where the healing and the passion lies. A lot
Yeah.
of people are still talking about like, I don't need no therapist. I don't
Yeah.
believe that's for me.
Big time.
No, you just ain't found the right one.
Yep.
You just
That's
ain't
what it
found the
is.
one that was for you.
That's
Because
what
not
it
every
is.
therapist is talking the same way. Not every therapist is delivering the same information or the information the same way. Let me say it like that. And not every therapist has the same goal in mind. Like some of them might just want to be able to, some of them want to just collect their check.
You know,
Let's be real. But some of them actually have a heart to heal the people they service.
I have to tell you this, and you're not going to believe this.
Okay.
But right now, I want to be honest with you.
Okay.
You're sounding like Cheyen Bryant.
How?
And I'm going to say this because honestly, I've had some check-ins with her
Okay.
myself, right?
Tell me how, Master Yoda. How?
So, just the fact of her understanding that where you needed to go and how to check in and why it was so important to check in and that piece that you were just stating right now, it just sounds like advice that she gave me. You know?
I mean, it's not really hard advice to come to the conclusion of.
Yeah.
It's like for me and some others, or maybe even for therapy professionals, that just might be the common thing.
Yeah.
You know, they might have an understanding of being able to really grasp. It's called radical acceptance, number one. That's a common therapy term, whatever. And I'm not the person who's going to guide you through it, but I'm just going to say, as a person who has practiced and still practices radical acceptance, sometimes I have to come to grasp with the fact that this thing right here is real, it happened, and it might not necessarily be connected to me as a person.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
It's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's not, something that I caused. Now, of course, it's some things that I caused, but that thing right there, that just might not be it.
Right.
That just might just be what it is. I have to accept it and I have to allow it to pass.
Yeah. And you may not understand that from your lens.
And you
may
can't
not understand.
You can't force understanding of certain things either.
Not at all.
Just because it doesn't make sense to you in the way that you would want it to be understandable doesn't mean that it's wrong.
Yeah.
Your perspective is not the only one that's real, right, or that exists.
Yep.
We got to get out of that mentality of thinking that the only way that a thing can make sense is if it makes sense to us.
Yeah. No, you're so right.
No, that's not how it works.
And
this world is full of perspectives and people.
And y'all, now you know that you're getting top of the line, not therapy, but top of the line dialogue here from the Sonshine State because this is what's going on. It's true.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And if I don't find anything that connects me to the tools where I can thrive when I leave here, I probably wouldn't watch it. Right. But if it can connect me to the truth and help me be a better sense of who I am, why wouldn't I want that?
Right.
So I just want to say kudos to the Sonshine State.
Well, you better go ahead and do a commercial for me. I'm going to definitely clip that out. Make a little commercial on the side because I need that little testimonial and stuff.
I got you.
I appreciate it. So before we get on out of here, because I know we've already spent our time.
Yes.
Let me ask you, where can the people find you? How can they stay connected with you? And what's next for you?
So, good. I'm happy that you asked. If you want to find me across all platforms, it's Robert D.G. Daniels. And let me say that Robert D, as in David, D.G., which is as in good, Daniels. So D.G. Daniels. Please, I think what's next for me across all platforms, just so you know, I think what's next for me is just finding the story. I want to storytell.
Yeah.
I want to save a generation.
Yeah.
I want to bring healing to men. So I'm big on doing men's groups with different partners that are already connected, but bringing in that therapy piece to our men. I'm big on music as a tool.
Yes.
And using my music to be a tool to somebody.
Right.
It doesn't. I'm not a Luther Vandross. I'm not a Michael Jackson, but I am somebody that has purpose in
Right.
music and want my words to penetrate and inspire.
Yeah.
And I think that, so when I say that, just really building up to go into other segments and entities with the brand, and just trying to see how I can touch and impact as many people as possible.
And I love that. And I thank you so much for being here. I really do, because it's always helpful to have somebody come in that talks about things and can speak to it in a way that says what you're saying, but in a different way. And it's actually like, oh yeah, that's the thing. See, look at my phone hating on us right now. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, we're about to go ahead and close this out. Thank y'all so much for joining us today. My name is Sonshine Wiley, and I have been your host. Thank you so much to my guest,
Thank you.
Robert Dugood Daniels, Robert DG. I was about to say DG Daniels. Anyway, I got stuck in my own words because you said DG's like 17 times when you was telling him, this how you reach me. Anyway.
That stands for Dugood.
Right?
Go ahead.
Right. So Robert Dugood Daniels, I thank you so much for being here with me today. I do appreciate you. I'll make sure that your information is at the bottom of the screen, so no problem at all.
Thank you.
And if y'all want to reach us, it is www.sunshinestate.com, or all of our platforms are The Sonshine State, whether it be TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all of them. I'm not on X because I don't really have time for that, because that's just a whole bunch of mess. Anyway, but if you want to reach us, that's how you reach us. We love you so much. Thank you so much for being with us. Remember to like, subscribe, share, follow us, get some merch. Act like y'all don't see it. And then come on and continue to be along the journey with us, because we are all striving to be emotionally well. And the way that we can do that is through continually progressing in forward motion. So love y'all. Have a good one. Bye.
Peace.
So stand out, stand out, stand out. You're here, you're free, absolutely where you need to be.
Thank you for joining the journey to the Sonshine State, a space for health, healing, and wellness.